In this video we're going to be doing the mechanical pre-assembly steps for the H-bar ends and the rear idlers. At the end of the video I'll also really quickly show how to do the mini V-wheel assembly. So to start, I'm just going to thread a M3 by 25 millimeter bolt in through the bottom here. I'm just going to poke it out a little bit so that I have a surface for the bearing that I'm going to set on top of it to catch onto. Now once you set it on top and catch it on the bolt that you push through, you can screw it in through just to give you another little surface to catch the washer that's going to be placed on top here on. So you can see I left myself just a little nub out of the top there, and so here's the washer I'm just going to set on top. So now that the washer's there, the next bearing that comes in is actually pretty tight, so you'll just want it poking through just a little bit out of the washer, maybe not even at all, pretty much flush, just so that the washer doesn't fall out when you place the bearing in. So here we go, grab the next bearing, and this time the flange side faces upwards. And so you can see, even with just enough to catch, that it's hard to get that bearing in, so you can just adjust the bolt a little bit just to give yourself enough room to get it to kind of catch on there too. Next we'll just flip the part over and drop an M3 nut into the nut trap. You can see the bolt poking through there. You got to make sure that the nut is aligned on top of it. It's really easy to have it fall behind the bolt or sit in front of it and not be lined up properly. So just make sure it threads properly. It's really easy to miss this. Next is the H-bar assembly. This time I'm going to put a washer on the 25 millimeter bolt. And it's basically the same idea. We're just going to poke the bolt through a little bit so that we have something for the flanged bearing to catch on. After the bolt goes through the bearings and the washer, we'll just secure it on with another washer and a nylon lock nut. Really quickly here, I'll just show you how to do the mini V-wheel assembly. I just set the bearing on the bench and then press it down. It's a tight press fit. Just make sure it's flush. It's really easy to have it be out of flush, so make sure you press fit all the way. Next, really important, take the spacer. You might have a printed one. Put it in there. Make sure that it's lined up. Grab the next bearing, and we're going to do the same thing. Just line it up over top and press fit it down. After that, we'll do the same thing to the next 20 bearings. After you're done, you'll want to make sure that they are all press fit in properly, everything's all flush, and none of them are out of line. And that's all she wrote. So if you found this video helpful, turn on notifications, subscribe to my channel, and give it a thumbs up. We'll see you guys next time.